According to a new study recently published in American Politics Research, consuming too much Fox News can, in fact, make you stupid. Now, the study didn't put it that way. The study said it just makes you less informed about, certain things, especially certain things having to do with science. But let's not dance around it, right? We're not having to use scientific language. We're not having to have this published, so we can straight up say what it actually is. Fox News makes you stupid. Now, before I get into the details of this particular study, it is important to remember that over the years, we have seen study after study after study that has confirmed that Fox News viewers are the least informed out of any other media consumers here in the United States. In fact, at one time, back when Jon Stewart was hosting, viewers of The Daily Show were actually the most informed. So that's how that went. But nevertheless, Fox News viewers consistently bottom of the barrel. They knew the least about American politics, the least about American political process. Just wasn't there, wasn't given to them in Fox News. Now, it's important to remember that because the lead researcher here, a PhD candidate by the name of Peter Licari from the University of Florida, actually did this study because of those past studies. Because he said he had always seen those. He was skeptical, but he was also wondering why those particular studies only focused on Fox News, the channel, and not Fox News, the website. Because I don't know if you've ever been to Fox News website. They have plenty of things on there that are, verbatim what you see on the network, but they also have actual real news sometimes. So he said, but what about those people? Are they okay? Do they know enough? So he decided to dig into this, he and his team. And what they found was that in some areas, what he calls process-oriented knowledge, the people who go to foxnews.com were just as informed as everybody else. And the process-oriented knowledge is things like, how long does a senator's term last? Who is John Roberts and what office does he hold? Which party controls the House of Representatives? Kind of basic, easy little stuff. And the Fox News viewers did in fact notice that. But I have to read this part for you. But for other kinds of knowledge, what I call society-oriented knowledge, comprising important facts about society and things affecting society, the evidence does point to a possible association between visiting the site and lower levels of knowledge. Examples of society-oriented knowledge include whether unemployment had gotten better or worse over the past year, whether Barack Obama was a Muslim, and whether the world's temperature had been slowly increasing over the past 100 years. Taking in additional online sources other than FoxNews.com diminished the negative effect, but the models suggest that for the vast majority of people, the society-oriented knowledge gap between visitors and non-visitors is pretty durable. That association is statistically and substantively significant. But here's the thing, and I love that he points this out. When people get news from sites other than Fox News, in addition to Fox News, it helps fill the gap. That's, I think, the part that we need to focus on. You should never, ever, and it almost hurts to say this, but you should never get all of your news from only one source. It is going to be incredibly biased. It is going to leave out certain things. There's plenty of websites out there that I go to on a daily basis that are phenomenal, but one of them doesn't ever cover anything related to foreign policy. Others don't cover anything related to climate change at all. Some are very pro-establishment. Some are, hardcore socialist websites. They all have something great to offer. And yeah, occasionally I also find myself on right-wing websites. Not because I necessarily believe what they have to say, but sometimes you do have to get that other perspective. And you do need to see what the opposition is talking about, right? The point is, you have to consume from a lot of different areas, because if not, you fall into the Fox News trap. And it doesn't matter how well informed your news outlet is. It never hurts to get a second opinion, or a third opinion, or fourth, fifth, sixth. We have to be conscientious news consumers. We have to pay attention to where we're getting our news. And we have to make sure that we're consuming a varied diet of news. Otherwise, we're going to fall into the same kind of FoxNews.com trap that is going to leave us knowing less, but oddly enough, feeling more confident that we're correct.